Okay, lesson for the day, lesson 9. I see nothing as it is now. I like this one, but it's really very out there. This idea obviously follows from the two preceding ones. So the two preceding ones were my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts and I see only the past. So we've really been identifying how our mind is very past focused and not allowing the present to emerge as a result. So while you may be able to accept this idea intellectually, I see nothing as it is now, it is unlikely that it will mean anything to you as yet. However, understanding is not necessary at this point. This is key. You don't have to understand, just listen to it and do it. I've been studying this for years and I have to say I'm starting to get it and I really like it, but it does take, it's pretty out there. So understanding is not necessary at this point. In fact, the recognition that you do not understand is a prerequisite for undoing your false ideas. There you go. You got to learn to go, I guess I don't know. I don't know. I'm wrong. Learn to say that a lot. Like, I don't know. I don't know. There's a possibility in that when we know there's not this openness for a possibility in new creation and a different present to emerge. These exercises are concerned with practice, not with understanding. You do not need to practice what you already understand. Duh. It would indeed be circular to aim at understanding and assume that you have it already. In other words, we're doing this to get somewhere. You're not supposed to know where you're going or you wouldn't have to do it. It is difficult for the untrained mind to believe that what it seems to picture is not there. You don't really have to worry about that, but all that means is what's happening on the inside is getting to the outside. And the easiest way to imagine that is your dreams. If you have dreams and you're like, wow, that was a weird conglomeration of things that happened in my day, right? Things that were inside got outside. And if you've ever had a very vivid dream, you know that it can seem like you're walking, talking, hearing, eating, and like you just laid in bed, right? Nothing happened. So the mind is able to create quite a bit. And what this is getting at is there's a dream world aspect, a creative aspect to what we're doing at all times. And you're shifting the power in that creative aspect to something that flows more light, more love, more good juices. So it goes right along with law of attraction. And Abraham that says, you know, the more you're happy, the more you focus on the good, the more you have faith, the better things get because the more good flows in. That's really what this is all about. So it's difficult for the untrained mind to believe that what it seems to picture is not there. Like if you ever known someone who's really suspicious, right? You can't talk them out of it. This idea can be quite disturbing and may meet with active resistance in any number of forms. Yet that does not preclude applying it. No more than that is required for these or any other exercises. Each small step will clear a little of the darkness away. An understanding will finally come to light in every corner of the mind that has been cleared of the debris that darkens it. In other words, take the extreme example of someone who is very suspicious. It sort of colors every aspect of their life. They can't really be in a relationship, or it'll block them up in certain ways where they can't really flow love. So as you begin to realize that those things may not be real, and that gets healed, you can continue to bring more light into your mind and it'll affect other areas of your life. It's just a vague example of what it's talking about. These exercises, for which 3 or 4 practice periods are sufficient, involve looking about you and applying the idea for the day to whatever you see, remembering the need for its indiscriminate application and the essential rule of excluding nothing. For example, I do not see this typewriter as it is now. I do not see this telephone as it is now. I do not see this arm as it is now. Remember, the lesson for the day is, I see nothing as it is now. Begin with things that are nearest you and then extend the range outward. I do not see that coat rack as it is now. I do not see that door as it is now. I do not see that face as it is now. It is emphasized again that while complete inclusion should not be attempted, specific exclusion must be avoided. Be sure you're honest with yourself in making this distinction. You may be tempted to obscure it. So I see nothing as it is now. 3 or 4 times a day, all you have to do is look around and be like, I don't see this table as it is now. I don't see that bench as it is now. I don't see that couch as it is now. That's the lesson for the day. The much deeper cause behind it, if you want a little more meat, remember that this is all coming from a physics perspective. People call it metaphysics, but I just think it's physics. You're waves and particles, and you have this filtering mechanism that's filtering reality into physical beings or whatever it is. And we know, like, science has told us the brain is taking in so much more data than we actually process, and that we're actually made of waves and particles, and the only thing making us seem solid is really the way we process our senses. And so if you can start to change how you process information in your brain, or how it's filtered. Like your brain has a hierarchy of how it filters information. And those are really your belief sets. We don't realize that, but our beliefs and our emotions filter the information our brains give us. So when we can adapt what our brains find to be possible and what we're asking for and what we are open to the possibility of, we're able to perceive it coming in different ways. And it'll actually change what our senses are giving us and the data that's being reported to us. That's essentially what we're getting at. So when you say, I see nothing as it is now, you're releasing the need to have it as it is now. And you're opening your brain to say, new neural pathways to say, hey, show me some stuff that I don't know is here. Like, surprise me today, you know? My filter net isn't as strong. And so that's really what this is getting at. So anyway, with that, happy Friday. If it's a Friday in the year that you're watching this, perhaps I should just say happy ACIM lesson number 9. Be well.